All right, all right, all right. Social media family, Corey Bimmer Sugar Rim Bar, and we're going to try something a little different here. Again, I'm trying to go live to try to get a little bit better at this. And we just saw that the verdict, we just saw the guilty verdict, and I wanted to have a conversation. I wanted to bring up a couple points and talk about a few things with you, family. And feel free to chime in. I want to get some of your comments in here if you can. Let me know if you guys can hear me, and let me know if my sound's okay. The last time on the video, the way I had a little reverb in the mic. I just want to make sure I'm doing, as I build this out, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. So, we just had the guilty verdict, right? And I know everyone's making comments, everyone's saying something, but let's have a little quick conversation. Like, how do you really feel? Do you really feel like justice is served? There's times when I say to myself that we're living almost in two different Americas. There's a certain America that I grew up in as a Black male, and there's a certain America that I think other cultures get to experience that I didn't experience. There's another America where there's the haves and the have-nots, and there's some people that just get away with some things and some people that don't. One of the things that kind of made me go live, or why I wanted to do this, was right up in the anticipation. And you guys feel free to chime in and talk to me and let me know, but right up until the anticipation of the verdict, come on. I mean, let's just, if we can be real, if we can be honest, Black America, you don't know. You don't know. We actually have documented video. You have a video of this man being murdered on video. And even with the video, we don't know. And we were bracing for the worst. We were really prepared, and it's not even like it's not even sad. It's not even, I don't know the exact word, and maybe you guys can kind of help me through this. I didn't watch the trial. I chose not to watch this trial. I chose to, when the verdict, so I'm at home. I chose to stay in the house while the verdict was coming out, because I'm tired, y'all, and I know y'all tired too. And I'm tired of watching, my people dying. I'm tired of watching their murderers get off. I'm tired of us having to endure that pain. I'm tired of us collectively as a culture having to just say, okay, well, another person got away, another life loss, another GoFundMe, another T-shirt, another struggle. I don't know. I couldn't stomach. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. I don't know if I'm getting older. Here we got someone that said they need to end the qualified immunity. Yeah, man. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, is if I just can't stomach this stuff anymore. Right. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want my heart to be broken again. I didn't want to be let down one more time, from a system that I feel like doesn't support us, doesn't, it's just tough, guys. What do you guys think? Can you guys, chime in with me? I really want to do an interactive thing. And I know sometimes you may be driving or whatever, but if you could just really just make a comment really quick, I think it'll pop up in the comment section of, where do you guys stand? How do you feel? Do you feel like justice is served, right? Because they still got to sentence him, right? Still got to go through sentencing. And we don't know what that means. Is he going to get a slap on the wrist? What is the value on your life when someone can do that to you and do 3 years of probation, right? 3 years of a sentence, and get off and get maybe a year, 2 years of probation, and possibly go over to another county and start working. He could be a police somewhere else, right? Yes, yeah. Angela just said her heart was in her stomach. I feel you, Angela. Absolutely. Mine too. And we live this. We live this 24 hours, 7 days a week. Not only do we live being Black out in the world, we live being Black inside. And now, I wanted to bring up another topic. I'm gonna pull off a couple of points that I want to talk about, but I want to bring up a conversation that I think that we need to discuss. And maybe I'll do that. I'm thinking that maybe I'll do that next week. And I want to talk about Black trauma and like PTSD and what's happening to us in this diaspora of America, And we're suffering, man. We're suffering, and we don't really talk about it too much, right? So TNG said that I couldn't watch. I didn't watch either. I can't. I just don't want to see. It was hard enough watching it the first time. I mean, literally watching, the 8 minutes, the 9 minutes of him, pressing down on his back. And then when he called for his mom, I don't want to relive that again. God knows I don't want to go down that road again. But I thought that he was going to get off. I'd already set it into my mind. I'd already, my dad and I talk every day, and I was like, he's getting off. And that if you are a citizen in this country, if you're a Black citizen in this country, that is something that we live with every day. I could leave my house and I could just get pulled over for, I also, one of the things that I looked up was I looked up the list of names of people that have been killed by police. So, of course, George Floyd, which ignited a global movement. But we're still dealing with Dante Wright, young brother, 20 years old, and even when I say his name, here's what. So I'll read off a couple of names, right, and maybe I'll read off their names, what happened to them, and what may have led to their demise. But even when I do that, here's the messed up part why I say we live in two Americas, or different Americas, and we grew up in different things. Even though Dante got pulled over for something, and then they start bringing up his past and all this other stuff, and why did he run and all that, that still doesn't give the cop the right to shoot him. That still does not give him the right to shoot him. He's 20 years old. He gets pulled over. The cop says that she reached for her taser, right? I mean, I don't even want to go all into that because you guys know, like, that's wrong on every level, right? Wrong on every level. So says that she reached for her taser, reaches for her gun, shoots him, and then she's taken back surprised, like, oh, I think I shot him. Yeah, you shot him, right? But again, young life, snuffed out, gone. Rashard Brooks, 27 years old, right? Fled from his car, blocking the drive through the fast food. You guys remember when they burned the Wendy's down? And again, we didn't start the fire. I'm not going into deep conversations on each one of these things, but shot in the back. So you're gonna hear people say stuff. I don't know if I'm yelling. I don't know if I'm coming off as I'm yelling. I don't know what the reverb is gonna look like, right? But you're gonna hear somebody talk about, why did he run? That still does not give the cop the right to shoot him in the back. That still doesn't give him the right to shoot him in the back, right? Daniel Prude, 41 years old. This the brother that was he was mentally he ran out in the street naked. I don't think he had clothes on. And again, instead of de-escalating the situation, instead of getting maybe like a psychologist in there, instead of talking this brother down, what happens? Shot and killed. Of course, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, just tragic event. Like so drive through, getting pulled over, mental issues, in your house, getting called about a fake $20, like the list of things that could get me killed in America, the list of things that could happen to me as a Black male in America. No other culture has to deal with this. No other society is dealing with, I possibly, just because I had a tag light out means that I get my life taken. We shouldn't have to live like this. Tatiana Jefferson, same thing, right? She was killed in her home, and I think like her guys, please correct me if I'm wrong, but her nephew, she got killed in front of her nephew in her home. Ari Rosner, Stephon Clark, Bohemian, he was in his home. Police, like, so you have to, even if you don't agree with me, even if you don't, okay, right there. I think you just said it. You said she was babysitting. Yeah, you said she was babysitting her nephew, left the door open. That still does not give somebody the reason to murder somebody. That's not a reason to murder someone. And there's a like I said, I don't know if fear is the right word. I'm not going to use fear. I'm not going to use fear. That's not the right word. But there's a healthy dose of reality. And if you guys, like I said, if we're being honest, there's a healthy dose of reality. When a cop gets behind me, I start going in my mind trying to check and think, what did I do? Guys, I don't have a speeding ticket. I don't have any. I have absolutely nothing on my license. No points, no moving violations, nothing. All my vehicles are insured. All my lights work. You know what I mean? Like everything's operational. But when a cop gets behind me, I got to do a check down in my mind and think like, wait a minute. I mean, like, am I good? I'm questioning myself. Like that's what it feels like to. That's some of the glimpse of what it feels like to be in Black America. Here, white America. Let me help you. You know what it feels like. You know when that elevator, when we're in that office or whatever, and that elevator opens, and you see me get on the elevator, and you know how you ladies clutch your purse, or you think like, oh my God, that's the feeling. You know how when we're walking down the street and you don't know whether I'm getting ready to do something to you because we're walking by. I mean, I literally could have groceries in my hand, but what am I doing? I throw my groceries down. That's the fear, or that's the tense energy that sits around. So back to what I was saying about these people that have lost their lives through police brutality. So I pulled up a little stat, and it said between 2014 and 2020, police in the United States have killed at least 7,680 people. Now, all of that, even though I use that number, all of them have not been Black. But that goes to show, like, we're leading the globe and killing our own citizens. We're leading the globe and locking ourselves up. Gun violence is leading. America. If we're gonna be number one, we got to be number one in everything, right? We got to be number one in death. We got to be number one in incarceration. We got to be number one. I mean, killing is our thing. We're in the killing business. We real good at that. We are so good at killing each other, right? So when I talk about there's a list of names. We can pull up a list of names of people that have been killed in these instances. One of the reasons why I bring that up, and why do I say that? And so again, my argument to those people that'll say things like, well, so Eric Gardner, I guess he shouldn't have been selling Lucy's, right? So this man he loses his life over cigarettes. Philando Castile, he shouldn't have. What shouldn't he have done? What shouldn't he have done? Registered gun owner. I'm a registered gun owner. So what shouldn't he have done, right? But my argument to those people that say that, show me, please find me the video. I'm almost willing to put up money. Show me the video of any white male in America that gets taken down with a chokehold and gets killed, gets placed in the back of a paddy wagon and gets his neck severed. Show me the families all across America, the white families all across America that are winning, are getting civil suits. They're not getting justice in the court, but they get millions of dollars in civil suits. Show me the white families that are. Show me the white guy that got pulled over and lost his life. Show me the young white boys that are getting shot in the back. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Because every single day, and here's why I'm saying this, every single day, you know what happens in America every single day? Actually more than every single day, there is a mass shooting in America. Every single day, there's a mass shooting in America. And you know what happens 95% of the time? The mass shooter gets taken down alive or shoots himself, but the mass shooter always gets to go home. How can a mass shooter go out? So the definition of a mass shooter, I had to look it up, right? Is someone that either shot or killed more than 4 people and didn't kill themselves. At least that's what the definition said. So how can a person arm themselves with military grade weapons, go out, kill as many people as they possibly can, and be taken without incident? Explain that to me. But me, I got a higher chance of losing my life making a grocery run. This is what I'm saying, why I say we live in 2 different Americas. Because you don't have the same, you're not living in the same, you're not experiencing the same thing that we're experiencing. You're not. So not only am I dealing with the outside stuff. I got to deal with the inside stuff. I got to deal with every time I turn on the TV, I'm watching trauma. The movie on Amazon that everyone was watching, the movie Them. I watched it, but I highly will recommend that if you're like me, if you're tired of seeing black folks getting, you know, hung and beat and shucking and jiving and like, is that all? I really honestly believe like, who are they making these movies for? I don't want to see any more black trauma. I don't want to see any more black trauma. Don't make another. I don't want to see another slave movie. I don't want to see another one. When do we begin to unravel this stuff? Like I said, you know, someone's gonna say to me, they're gonna talk to me about how these people, you know, what's the thing that we all see, right? We all see the same stuff. It's always the same. It's always the same BS excuses. It's always comply. It's always play stupid games, win stupid prizes. These are the things that we read when these things happen to us. But you never hear the mass shooter. You never hear. Why does no one ever say the mass shooter plays stupid games? Why can't the mass shooter win his stupid prizes? What is it? So why is it so? How many videos have you seen of a knife wielding gun? There's a video right now that's going around. The cops pull up to a guy. Guy's got his gun in his lap. Cop says, "You got a gun." What would have happened if that had been me? Come on, man. You guys know what would have happened if it would have been me. Chris says watches them in small batches. I tell people now, don't watch it. Don't watch it. I know you guys are saying that it's a good film. I understand the book, all that, but we got to move beyond that. We got to move beyond those types of films. Because we're maybe willingly or unwillingly, we're painting a narrative, maybe even subconsciously, and I could be totally wrong, but we're painting a narrative where our lives don't have value. Where if I were to step out of my body and I were to look at my culture from an outside, I'd have to say that, well, you know, it doesn't have, you know, not consciously, but subconsciously on some level, doesn't have value. Doesn't have value. It's just it's a t-shirt. It's a rest in peace t-shirt. It's a GoFundMe. It's another march. We got to realize that we are in a war. And we're an endangered species. Endangered not by number, endangered and because we're unorganized. We're literally unorganized. We're not outnumbered. We're unorganized. And we have always been in a system that has never been for us. The system is not designed for us. It's not designed to uplift us. It's not you know. And I don't have listen, I don't do this. I don't do this from a standpoint where I feel like I have the answers. I hope I don't come off as a know-it-all. I hope I don't come off. It sounds like I'm preaching to y'all like I figured it out. I did not figure it out. I want help. I want answers. I want answers and I want help. I want people out there that can walk me through this. People that we can lock arms together and we can start figuring out solutions of what we can do. There's another statistic that I pulled up that says, sadly, the trend of fatal police shootings in the United States seems to be on the increase. With a total of 213 civilians having been shot, that's this year in the first 3 months of 2021. By the time I found this on Google, and this was in March. We're in April now, so this was last month. So up until last month, 213 people were shot by police. In 2020, there were 1,021 fatal shootings, and in 2019, there were 999 fatal shootings. And at the rate of fatal police shootings among Black Americans, which was higher than any other ethnicity, standing at 35 shootings per million of the population as of March 2021. So look, just like, look, like Jay-Z said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Numbers don't lie. There's there has always been something, but there's something going on. The one thing that I do kind of feel kind of happening in the atmosphere or happening around the country is we are starting to wake up. We are starting to get a little, I I was gonna make a post about, I jokingly said about it, like this ain't the we shall overcome generation. This is the we shall pull up generation. Like this generation, you see like what happened down in South Carolina. I love that. I love that. That army guy, messing with the younger, smaller guy that lived in his neighborhood. What happened the next day? They pulled up. They pulled up. Hey man, that's got to be us on code. That's got to be us. We got to start pulling up. We got to start pulling up. So, listen, man. I like I said, I don't know if you guys can make some comments down below. I'm not doing this to stir anything. I'm not doing. I want to do this because part of the journey of where I'm on and where I'm at is I want to start figuring out solutions. I want to start figuring out what we can do. And even if these videos or these things that I do or this information that I put out there, it doesn't have to go viral. It's not about, I'm not trying to seek fortune, fame. It's not about that. Even if I'm able to connect with one person, and then, because at the end of the day, maybe I get to hopefully increase and change my life. Maybe I get to connect with some positive people. We get to do positive things with our community. We get to, like I said, I want to download some of this stuff into my children. I want to leave a legacy, for what's going on out here with us. And prior to COVID, as I was traveling around, it doesn't matter what city you're in. Matter of fact, do this for me. Comment in the comment section, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you are, comment down in the comment section and tell me what city you're watching this from. Because I would dare to venture to say that pretty much what's happening, what's happening here with me in Maryland, I guarantee you're facing the same issues and problems in the cities that you're at. So comment down below and let me know where you guys are checking in and watching this from. And then if there's somebody out there that I can connect with, if there's somebody out there that wants to come together, either DM me or get in contact with me, and let's have a conversation, man. Let's begin the process of breaking the chains, breaking the cycles, and let's start building. So I want to thank you guys for your time. Thank you for watching. I don't try to make these. I'm trying my best not to make these too long. But I really want to encourage you and motivate you to show you that if I have the thought, if the thought's in me, and then if you're watching me through this device and you're resonating with what I'm saying, that in itself is enough for us to start or at least moving towards trying to make a change. All right, man. Thank you guys for your time. Corey Bimmer, Sugar Rim Bar. Never give up. I will see you guys on the next video.